Alrighty, we are live. Welcome everybody. Welcome to our daily overview call. Another exciting day. Just so much is constantly happening and being innovated here at Divinfi and I'm super excited once again. And it's great to have you guys with us, whether you're here on Zoom or if you're on one of the other streaming platforms. We stream on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, Telegram, a bunch of them, right? So wherever you are, thank you for being here. We got some awesome information to show you. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Sam Hidja. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer here at Divinfi, and it's my honor and my privilege to be able to share this information with you all. And so if this is your first time viewing this info, I just want to give you one piece of advice or just one little thing that could possibly give you a lot more. uh, so just keep your mind open because it's very similar to a parachute, right? It only works if it's open. That's what one of my mentors told me, over 12 years ago when I first got started in this industry. And it's so true. You have to have an open mind about everything and just give it a shot, right? You just never know what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. And so I'm going to share some information with you guys. Possibly you've never seen this before. If you have seen it, um, you know, what I would say as well is that we're constantly innovating. So this might be some brand new information, or maybe there's one thing that I say that completely shifts for you. So I'm just going to share some info with you guys. Um, Let me see. Let me make sure that this Prezzo is good. One second, guys. Thank you for your patience. That's the wrong one. Make sure I got the right one. Okay. Awesome. Cool. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and then I'm going to dive into this info that I know for a fact can shift things for you, your family, your community, and eventually the world. I think I went ahead of myself, so just give that a moment. Make sure this is the right one. Uh, yes. Okay. Cool. So I want to welcome you all to the biggest launch in history. And the reason why we say that is because our ultimate goal here at Divinfi is to really help transform the world and bring freedom on every single level. And so we'll talk a little bit about how we're going to do that. But before I do, there is some investing products that we have here. And so I just need to make sure that you guys understand the risk disclosure. So number one, past performances are not indicative of future results. Diversification does not eliminate the risk of loss. And the information provided is reliable, but it's not guaranteed. And it is only for informational purposes only. It's not investment advice. Okay, so when it comes to investing, no matter what it is, just know that there's always a risk and never risk more than you're willing to lose. Okay, so moving forward, our vision, like I said at the very beginning, is to create a freedom and to create an ecosystem that brings freedom to 8 billion people, whether that's financially, time, location, and emotional freedom, which I believe is the most important because you can have all the time, money in the world, but if you don't have the ability and the capacity to hold that and to enjoy that, then what is the point? So, a little bit about us here at Divinfi. We're your all-in-one ecosystem. And so we're actually based here in Dubai. And the reason why we chose Dubai is because of the leadership here, right? They are very entrepreneurial driven. In fact, the leaders here are not politicians, they're entrepreneurs. And that's how they were able to create the city, the brand Dubai in the last 17 years is because they're entrepreneurial. They have a depth of vision and they're able to see a lot deeper than most people. And so that aligns with us perfectly here at Divinfi. And so that allows us the room, the innovative create, the innovation, the room for innovation, essentially, to be able to push the envelope where most people aren't willing to do that, especially like, if you were to try to do some of these things in the US or Canada or other places, they're not as lenient when it comes to these things, so they're really open and allow us to be innovative in that area. So our first product is called Inconversity, and this is our educational product. And I believe that education is one of the most important things, but it's not about going to school and going to college, because a lot of people, once they're done with college, that's when their education stops, right? That's when their education stops. But I believe like after you get out of school, that's when the real learning and the unlearning starts to happen, right? There's a lot of things that we learn in school that are just not relevant in today's day and age, right? There's just, for example, the 40-40-40 plan where you go to school, you go to school, you get a good degree, and then you work for a job for 40 years, and then you work 40 hours, for 40 years, and then you retire on 40% of your income. That's no longer a reality. I mean, retirement isn't even really a thing anymore, especially if you're looking at places like the US. They're saying that Social Security is going to be extinct here by the next generation. So what is the plan? The plan is to unlearn what we've learned in the last, especially like my generation, right? I'm 30. What we learn no longer is applicable to today's day and age. Things are changing very, very quickly, especially with technology. So this educational product called Inconversity is exactly what we should have learned in school. Instead of the Pythagorean theorem or the hypotenuse of a triangle, we should have learned stuff like how to build a business, how to build a brand, how to become a network marketing professional, how to do sales, how to do, what are the different ways of earning income, how to become tax free. There are all of these things that we did not learn, right? And that's one thing that I'm kind of glad that I didn't really pay attention too much in school, is actually that kid in the back of the class where I slept 7 out of 8 periods, because I didn't have to unlearn a lot of stuff. I just didn't learn in the first place. So I'm kind of blessed in that sense. But this product, the educational product, is helping people break free from the cycle of their JOBs, their jobs, which just stands for just over broke, right? Just working from and living off of paycheck to paycheck, having more month at the end of the money, right? And if you love your job, that's okay. That's totally fine. We're not telling you to quit your job. Continue to do what you do, what you're passionate about. Like Tui, for example, he's telling me like his daughter's an actress. If that's her passion, then great. If you're really into like helping people, great. But let's get the money conversation out of the way, because there's so many ways to earn and generate income nowadays. Let's get the money conversation out of the way so you could do what your life's purpose really is. So we have Money Mondays, Wealthy Wednesdays, and Financial Fridays. We do these every single Monday, 6 a.m. Dubai time, and same thing for Wednesday and Friday. And so these are live calls where we will essentially go over certain topics, and then they'll be recorded and then uploaded into the library for you to review. So next product is our banking app, which is utilizing and allowing you to both send and spend your cryptocurrencies and your fiat currency. So the top 45 cryptos like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and then the top fiat currencies like the US dollar, the euro, the pound, so on and so forth. So you actually get your own international bank card, and this is globally accepted anywhere that accepts Visa card. And so it's really easy, it's really simple. You're just able to like transfer like on the app, which it's coming out for Apple here very shortly. They're undergoing the review for Google, but it is launched for the web browser. So you could just switch, let's say you have Bitcoin or Ethereum, you can switch between them. Or let's say you want to get US dollars, you could switch between crypto and the fiat currencies interchangeably right on the app, and then spend it wherever you go. Very, very cool. Now, this is available everywhere except the sanctioned countries like Iran, North Korea, Russia. Just the sanctioned countries are not able to get it. But yeah, here are some of the licenses that we have that allow us to issue these cards worldwide. Um, and here's our third product. It's called the Divinfi Swiss Fund. And the reason why it's called the Swiss Fund is because it's a hedge fund out of Switzerland. Very, very easy, very simple. And so these guys are legitimate institutional level traders where they're actually they're licensed to take on investment and then give you a return. That's essentially what a hedge fund is. And so these guys are managing billions with a B, and they've been doing this for quite some time. And so the way that they're able to get their gains, which I'll talk about the last couple of years and what they've done, they utilize a hybrid advantage, which uses both technology and then human expertise. So they're using algorithms, AI, and then manual trading all combined to get these gains. And so since January 2020, they did 499.56%. So that's a little bit over 100% per year. And then in April 2024, they did 5.22%, which is really awesome considering the fact that the US dollar is losing about 1% per month in purchasing power. Okay, so hyperinflation is going rampant. And so, and the reason why that is, and I'm not going to go too deep into it, but they're just printing trillions and trillions of dollars. Since I believe 2020, there was like $4 or $5 trillion that was printed. So when the supply of something becomes a lot more, then the demand goes down and vice versa. So hyperinflation is running rampant, and every single currency in the world is actually tied and pegged to the US dollar. So what is the solution? The solution is that you need to figure out a way to multiply your money, because if you take a look at June 2023 to June 2024, at a rate of 1% purchasing power being lost, that's 12%. 12% in purchasing power that you're losing in 1 year. So the only solution is to invest your money to at least minimum hold the value, or the other option, which I think is much better, is to multiply your money and have your money earn you money as well. So this is one of the products that we utilize that allow you to get a return on your money. Now, if you wanted to get started with this hedge fund directly, it would be a minimum of 200,000. But what we've done is we've created a relationship with them where we put up to 200,000 on behalf of our community, and then we bridge the gap between the community and the institutional investors. So if you want to get started utilizing this specific product, it's $1,000 minimum. So I believe that's like what, if my math is not wrong, that's about 0.5% of what you would have to put up. I believe so. Yeah, 0.5%. So pretty sweet deal there. Now, the next couple of products that we have is, number one, we have our PAM, which is, it's really just Brad. It's this guy named Brad. He's had 20 years plus trading experience. And so it just, you put your money in the broker, and then it just copies the trades that he's taking, and he's doing 3 to 5% returns per month, which is, like, I'd say on the more conservative side. Now, the second product on this page is the AI crypto trading software, and they're doing about 20 to 50% returns per month, hands-free. So you have your funds in your own crypto wallet. No one has access to them. You just API it, meaning there's like a connection. So the AI is able to trade for you, and it just trades on your behalf, and then you could just wake up to profits essentially. So it's only trading the two most stable cryptocurrencies, so that's Litecoin and USDT. So it's really cool, and then it uses a hedging strategy for all those people that are into like the trading lingo. It just means that it's taking buys and sells at the same time. So either way it goes, that you can earn money. And it doesn't matter if the market is in a bear market or in a bull market, it can make profits either way, which is really cool. The one thing that I will mention is that for all of these products, the way, or this one and this one, the way that it works is that we actually do a profit split. So it's a 50-50 profit split. So let's say it did 20% returns on $1,000 account. That'd be $200 that you'd earn per month. Now you would have to split it 50-50 with the developers. So that's $100 that goes to you, $100 that goes to the developers. Pretty simple. Now the third product that we have on this page is the meme coin signals and education. So we have our buddy Shazad. He's been trading meme coins for quite a while. He's an absolute beast, and he's doing anywhere between 40 and 100% returns. And so that's our newest product that we brought to the community. It's really fun. It's not going to be automated. It's just going to be where you can accept the trade and you can do the trading yourself. It's really simple stuff. And Shazad will be able to kind of give you a breakdown once we start these educational calls with him. So that's really exciting stuff as well. And the one thing that I will say is that probably the most pivotal in this community is the transformational program that we have with Mr. Don Smith. So if you haven't done the process with Don, you'll have um you'll have a chance to work with Don tomorrow. What time would it be for you guys? Tomorrow evening, Tuesday evening for the US. So it's about 5 a.m. Dubai time. Okay, or actually, I'm sorry. 5 a.m. Wednesday. So not tomorrow. 5 a.m. Wednesday Dubai time. We wanted to make sure that everybody could get on. So, where's that today? I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh wait, no, that's this morning. So 5 a.m. Tuesday, Dubai time, you'll be able to experience this with Dawn. And so just to give you a little overview of how powerful this transformational program with Dawn is. When I first met Dawn, it was almost a year now. We had talked on video, and I had just heard about him through Jamie. And whoever's not muted, if you could please mute yourself. That's Angel. Okay, cool. And so this process is absolutely next level in the sense that when I first, oh, there goes. Thanks, Jamie. Is it 9 p.m.? 9 p.m. Eastern. Yes, 9 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday. Okay, awesome. So that's 5 a.m. Dubai time. So I had got introduced to him by Mr. Jamie. And at the time, I had been in the personal development space for quite a while. I had been building businesses for about over a decade, about 12 years at the time, and done tons and tons of personal development. Read thousands of books, audiobooks, seminars, workshops, breath work. And all these things are great in their certain extent, but they're all maxed out, and I'll explain why. Whenever I met Dawn, I still had all of my BS programs, and I still had all of my toxic patterns, all of my self-sabotaging programs and patterns. And so with within a 2-hour session, Dawn was able to help me get to the very first moment where I had a traumatic experience that had me start to play small, to self-sabotage myself. And that was the cause of all of the misfortune in my life. It wasn't anything externally, it was always within myself. And so Don was able to help me with that. I actually had several addictions at the time, even though I had been traveling for quite a while. I was 30 at the time. I've traveled to 25 different countries. I made millions of dollars. I had time freedom for quite a while, like 7, 8 years. And like, it was just on the surface, it looked good, but I was dealing with a lot of depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, even was actually thinking about suicide after like weeks and weeks of panic attacks. I was on my penthouse in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and I'm like contemplating suicide, and after that moment in Kuala Lumpur, I went through a divorce, went to jail in Bali, Indonesia, and then I met Dawn, and all of that was like completely gone. And so Dawn's process is next level in the sense that it doesn't matter what level you're at. If you're a billionaire or if you're just starting off, it can truly help you have the freedom that you're looking for, the freedom to know who you truly are. And I'll give you another example. So there was a guy, he was a billionaire, his name is Tim. He so he was working with Dawn And right before he was working with him, he had 5 addictions. He was dealing with a sex addiction, gambling addiction, food, drugs, and alcohol. He had all of them. He had a divorce on the table. He had a private jet that he hadn't flown on in 6 months. He had crippling anxiety. He couldn't talk to any of his inner core team, his outer team. And so he did a process with Dawn. And within those 2 hours, he was able to get rid of all of those addictions. His divorce was no longer on the table, and he was good to go. He's better than ever. And so this is the level that Don plays at, and there's nothing that I've personally ever witnessed that is able to get to the root cause of the self-sabotaging patterns that 99.99% of all people have. Okay, so Don's worked with billionaires. He's worked with elite athletes, like in 15 different sports actually. And he even took the BlackBerry guys. The company's called Research in Motion, and he helped take them from 6.8 billion to 68 billion dollars. So it's really interesting, and it's just next level. I mean, none of the personal development can even compare. So to give you a little bit of an example and some context, so there's this chart right here, the consciousness chart that Dr. David Robert Hawkins created in his book called Power versus Force. He talks about every single level of or every single emotion is on a level of consciousness. Every single emotion is on a level of consciousness, starting at the very bottom, which is shame. It starts at a 20 calibration or vibration, whatever you can interchange those words. And then, for example, if you take fear, which is at a level 100, courage is 200, and actually 210 is the average for all the people on Earth. That's the average. And 80% of them is underneath 210. Okay, so just think about that. If you got a 210 out of 1,000, how well are you doing on that test? And then at the very top of the scale is enlightenment, which ranges between 700 to 1,000. And for reference, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Zoroaster, all of these great teachers, they were operating at this level right here. And a guy named Hitler, he was actually operating right here at 75. Okay, so when I met Don, I was actually operating on a good day on 125, which is why I had all the addictions, which is why I desired, the money, the sex, the weed, all of these different things. And then, I'd get the business and then I'd get rid of it just as fast, right? I'd have the freedom, then I'd get rid of it just as fast. That's called that sabotage program. And so within 2 hours, no matter where you are on this chart, whether you're at the lower levels or even maybe higher than the average, you're able to get to your natural state, which is enlightenment. And so you get to experience this tomorrow if it's your first time at 5 a.m. Dubai time. And Jamie just confirmed that's 9 p.m. Eastern. So make sure that you're on there. There is a form that I'll allow you to get access to at the end of this presentation. So if you haven't done that, make sure to do that. It's very, very vital. Now, moving forward. So this slide talks about the power of compounding. So Albert Einstein says, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pays it. And this goes into really the investment products, right? Allowing your money to compound and work for you. So if you take a look here, if you had a penny on day one and you continue to double it day after day, where would you be after 30 days? So day one, 1 penny, day two, 2 pennies, day three, 4 pennies, 8 pennies, 16. Day 10, you have $5.12. By day 20, you have $5,242.88. And then by the end of 30 days, you have $5,368,709.12. So that's the power of compounding and allowing your money to work for you and to continue to compound into our amazing vehicles or any vehicle. Just understand that the power of compounding is extremely powerful. Now, our entire community, our entire ecosystem, all of our products are centered around our networking plan, our networking program. And so instead of having commercials or billboards or whatever, what we do is we utilize word of mouth marketing and we pay our partners generously, right? So we have multiple revenue streams and we essentially we pay them for sharing the gift of Divinfi, right? Whatever it is that you are really being called to share, um, you know, essentially when someone comes into the ecosystem, we pay you a part of the profits. And I'll share with you here shortly how this all works. But what's really cool is that there's an infinite income here. You also get paid weekly residual income. So you can do the work one time and then get paid for that work over and over and over and over again, if not forever. Okay, so it's really, really awesome. And you could just think about it as, let's say the traditional way of earning residual income would be, for example, like real estate. You get a loan out for a home. Let's say it's $250,000 that you get out, you purchase the home. The mortgage on that home is about, let's say, $1,500. If you were to find someone to rent out that home, right, let's say for $2,000, now you're earning residual income $500 a month. Okay. But we'll show you how you can actually earn way more residual income for a lot less, I guess risk, right? So now the third is that there are no qualifications or experiences needed. It doesn't matter if you went to jail or if you went to Yale. Every single person has the same playing field. We all come in here, we all have the same level playing field for you to be able to play however big or however small you want to be. But my recommendation is to play big because it's way more fun. Now, the last aspect is that there are team building incentives. So you're in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself. There's an entire system and an entire community that's here to help you to reach whatever level you want to be. And so, like I said, whenever you're joining Divinfi, you're not just joining a company, you're joining a community that's here for your mutual success and ultimately your infinite empowerment. So right now we are in pre-launch, and when it comes to businesses, it doesn't matter what it is. It's always about timing, 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 right? If you have invested in Apple before they became a multi-trillion dollar company, the number one in the world, you'd be a multi-millionaire just because you were at the right time, at the right place with the right people. And that's exactly the opportunity that you have right here with Divinfi. So let's talk a little bit about being an entrepreneur and investor. 95% of the world is operating in these quadrants, being an employee and being self-employed. So an employee is having a job, working 8 hours, getting paid for 8 hours. Being self-employed is, for example, you don't have a job, but you own a job, right? So, for example, you have a Smoothie King, you have whatever, right? You have a smaller business, you're self-employed. You might have a little bit more independence, but you don't have enough leverage to have the time freedom to be able to do what you want. You still have to be there. You're the lifeblood of the business. And if you're not there, then the business dies. Okay. Now, the goal is to shift from these two quadrants into these two quadrants, which is being a big business owner and an investor. And so 5% of the world's population actually utilizes these two. And this is where financial freedom lies right here. This is where 95% of the wealth is made. Okay, so as a big business owner, I'll give you an example. So we all know Bill Gates. Bill Gates is one of the richest men in the world. The way he got there is by creating a system, and a system just stands for saving you some time, energy, money. And we have a system here for you to realize and for you to plug into. Now, Bill Gates, he has a system and he has 100,000 employees inside of his system. Even though every single person on this call and Bill Gates and all of his employees all have 24 hours in a day, there's a reason why he's one of the richest people on earth and the people that work for him are not, right? So it's because he's able to leverage their time and efforts. So if you take 100,000 employees times 24 hours in a day, that's 240,000 man hours that he's able to leverage and utilize in his system. So The question is how can you leverage a system that's already done for you or to create your own? And I'll show you the one that's already done for you here, so you can have more time, financial, and location freedom. And the last aspect is the investor quadrant. And so this is having your money work for you. And we have some amazing financial products so you can actually start to become and get into the investor side of things. But let's say you don't have extra disposable money, even $1,000. The goal would to be to shift into this business owner and to create cash flow for yourself so you can start to invest and have your money work for you. So like I said, there's 95% of people that operate off of active income, which is, employees and business owners, the self-employed. And here, the 5% are the big business owners and the investors. So let's talk about it a little bit more. If you're someone that's already been in the MLM space in network marketing, what you got to realize is that um, a lot of people are kind of burnt out from it. I was as well when we first talked about even creating this. I had already been burnt out from the industry, but there is a couple of things that we did differently that really ensured the longevity and the legacy, like just to make sure this is a legacy company. So number one is that we put this on the blockchain, or we're actually in the process of putting on the blockchain. And so this is going to ensure transparency, security, and fairness. It's going to make sure that all of the transactions are on a decentralized ledger, which means it's public information. Everybody could see it. It's going to prevent manipulation. So even the owners cannot shift, for example, like your organization into another person's organization, it's happened over and over and over again. The last, I don't know how many times I've seen it happen. And it's just going to make sure that you're being rewarded for the work that you actually do. And then there's a smart contract that we're creating as well, where it's going to automate payments based on predefined criteria. It's going to ensure, payments are on time. It's going to reduce administrative burden, and it's going to eliminate human error and fraud, which is just amazing. So the whole goal is to eventually get the entire company, or the corporate side of things, to be ran by AI, so we can actually work on the human stuff, the interaction, the creative stuff, the connection, all the things that are actually fun. So let's talk about the residual aspect of this. How can you earn a residual income by promoting this membership and bringing people into the ecosystem? That's probably what you're waiting on, right? So when it comes to this, anything that you do, it's all about creating a network. It's always about creating a network of customers, clients, and that's essentially what you get paid for. So I used this example the other day. So let's say you were working at a car dealership. So you have the salesmen that are selling the product, which is the cars, and then they have a network of clients, which are the customers come in to purchase cars. Okay, very simple. It doesn't matter what it is. Amazon, right? They have a network of clients that purchase from them month to month to month to month, right? So they just have a network that they've built over time, and that's any business. So same thing here. We're just building and we're sharing what's working. So let's say you get into the business, you get really, really excited about the products, whether it's the educational product or whether it's the crypto AI, which is absolutely killing it right now. And then you want to share with people. So this is how you're going to be able to create a residual income. So the first rank, so this is the ranks right here. The network, which means how many people you need in your total network. The L stands for left, R is for right. So you have two teams, your left team, right team, the number of personals that you need to personally bring in, the weekly payout, how much you get paid out per week, and then the one-time rank bonus. So very simple. So to get to the first rank of inviter, you're going to need to enroll two directly. So let's say it's your mother and your father. Okay. And once you have two on one team and one on the other, you only needed two, but three total, then you get to the rank of inviter. How can you get to two if you only brought, or how can you get 3 total if you only brought 2 in. So let's say the person that brought you in, let's say you're on my team or you're on Jamie's team or one of the other leaders' teams, they're going to continue to build a business. They're going to continue to refer people. There's only 2 legs, so they can put the next person that they bring in after you underneath one of your teams. Does that make sense? So once you get to this rank, you get paid $25 a week, which totals out to $100 a month. And until the beginning of, or once August 1st hits, we actually have a promotion. So from now until August the 1st, we're actually going to be doubling up the bonus. It's normally $50 per membership, but until the very beginning of the month, it's $100 per membership. So pretty awesome. You can earn double the bonuses. So the next rank is connector 200. So you still only need 2. So let's say it's your mother and your father. All you're going to do is you're going to teach them how to get to this rank, which is getting there 2. And once you have 4 on your left team, 4 on the other, you rank up and then you start getting paid $50 a week, which is $200 a month. And then once you hit this rank, we actually reward you with a rank bonus of $200 one time. Pretty awesome. Now, connect to 500, same thing. You're just teaching those 4 people on your team how to get there too, which essentially all you're doing is you're duplicating your efforts, right? So you taught your mom and your dad how to do that. Your mom and your dad are going to teach their people how to do what they did. And now you have 10 on your left team, 10 on your right. You only brought 2, right? Your mom and your dad, and you're getting paid $125 a week, $500 a month, and then you get a one-time rank bonus of $500 one time. Awesome. Next rank, 900, 20 on your left, 20 on your right. You still only brought 2, right? So all this is duplicating what you first did at this first rank. And as you continue to show them how to duplicate and to hit this first rank, now you get to 20 on your left, 20 on your right, and you're getting paid $225 a week. That's $900 a month, and then you get a one-time rank bonus of $900. Pretty awesome. And so this just continues to multiply. The money, starts to go up, right? So the only difference here is that connector 1500, instead of having 1 on your left team, 1 on your right team, you need 2 on your left and 2 on your right. And what happens is when you get 40 on your left team, 40 on your right team, you're earning $375 a week. That's $1,500 a month. And you get a one-time rank bonus of $1,500, but you have to hold this rank for at least 2 months. So same thing, network of 3K, you get paid $750 a week. That's $3,000 a month, and you get a rank bonus of $3,000. Network of 5K, same thing, $5,000 a month, $5,000 one time. And then it just keeps going on and on and on. It just really depends on where you want to be. And so you got speaker 9K, that's $2,250 a week, $9,000 a month. That's a 6-figure income right there. And then you get paid a one-time bonus of $9,000. So I'll take a moment to just kind of explain one of the exciting things. It's right here at speaker 25K. So whenever you get to this rank right here, you are a part of the global pool bonus. So we take 1% of all of the global sales, and then we put them into a global pool, and that's split amongst all the people that are at this rank. So you get 1 share here, and then once you hit 750K, you get 2 shares here. So, I mean, that's a pretty nice chunk of change right there that you're getting paid. And so it really just depends on where you want to be. And, maybe you're happy with an extra $1,500 a month. Maybe you're happy with an extra 5K a month. Maybe this is where you can actually go full time, or maybe you love what you're doing and you just want to earn some extra income by referring people. It doesn't really matter. There is a place for everyone. Or maybe you're a leader and you want to earn $100,000 a month, or you want to earn $1 million a month. There's a place for everyone. And it actually goes up to $4 million every single month. And when you look at the industry of network marketing, it's one of the highest paid professions out there. And I believe that the highest paid is a little bit over $1 million a month. So, yeah, I mean, there's really something for everyone, whether you're brand new to this industry or if you're a leader, you can really take this thing to the moon. And so one thing I will say is that you don't necessarily have to be the person that's giving the presentations all the time. All you got to do is to plug into the system, right? We have a system for you to plug into. And like I said before, system just stands for saving you some time, energy, and money. So you just plug in, and this is all about education, 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 allowing them to be educated on, for example, the investment products, about the education, right? The community, the networking plan, and allow them to make the decision for themselves. All you're here to do, you're not here to convince anyone. You're here to just simply just share with them the gift of Divinfi. So it's very simple. And as you get more educated and you add to your network, the more, I mean, you'll see your business start to thrive. And so as a membership, what do we offer and how much is it valued at? So we have the Swiss fund, which is the minimum is 200,000. So we value this at 200,000. We have the PAM that's ran by Brad. The minimum is 100,000. So we value this at 100,000. We have the international debit card for both crypto and fiat, which is valued at $2,500. We have the AI crypto trading software, which is absolutely killing it right now. That's the minimum is 100,000. And so we value this at 100,000. We have Incomeversity, which I personally think this is worth more than an MBA, except you're not getting a master's of business administration. You're getting a massive bank account. Okay, so we value this at the very bottom of what an MBA would cost you to receive. And so that was 55,000. And then Don's transformation, which I think is priceless. People have paid him over a million, like up to $1 million. So the total is $457,500. But you're not going to pay that. You're just going to pay $149 startup one time and then $99 a month. So pretty affordable for the everyday person. Doesn't matter if you're in Philippines, if you're in Europe or America, every single person can get access to this. And that's essentially what we wanted to do, is to make it as affordable as possible for everyone to be able to be a part of this and to take it to the moon. And so Divinfi is more than just a financial system. It's a movement towards financial freedom and personal empowerment. If you are ready to get started, get back to the person that invited you onto this call. Ask them for their unique link, so that way they get credit. And I'm going to announce a couple of promotions that we're running right now. So right now we're giving away MacBooks, iPhones, and GoPros. To be able to get one of these prizes, it's very simple. All you got to do is, if you get 10 people or 10 directs, 10 people that are purchasing the membership, you get a GoPro, brand new. If you get 20 directs, then you get a brand new iPhone. And if you get 30 directs, you get a brand new MacBook. And this is going to run until, I believe it's a few days after August 15th that we announced it, but I'll make sure. It's about 60 days from when you first announced it. So definitely make sure that you get going. I'm personally going for the MacBook. I need a new MacBook. So if we have 100 people that qualify for it, we're giving away 100 MacBooks. If there's 100 people that get the iPhone that qualify, then we're giving 100 iPhones away. So take advantage. And the next promotion is so we're having a event. It's looking like at the very beginning of October, maybe mid-October. We're still finalizing details, so we'll keep you posted on that. So if you hit Connector 1500, no matter how many directs you have, you get 3 days, 2 night stay at the hotel that we're having the event at. And if you hit Connector 3000, you get an all-inclusive flight with hotels and VIP access to the event. And so, like I said, it doesn't matter how many people hit this. If you have 100 people hit this, we're getting you 100 of these promotions. So make sure you qualify. We'll see you at the event. We'll give you some more details as things get more clarified. And tomorrow, if you haven't done Don's process, make sure that you do it. It's going to be at Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, and then Thursday, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern. there's this questionnaire right here that you're able to scan. And yeah, pretty awesome. And if you want to stay connected to all things Divinfi, here's our social media handles: Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of the above, YouTube, and I believe our Telegram as well. So just scan that, stay connected, and we'll have these calls next in 24 hours from now, basically 23 hours from now. So appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you so very much. And if you have any questions, we can open it up for questions. And if not, we can end the call. Okay. Tui, looks like you have a question.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. I just went back and I just answered the question. It's so
Okay,
good. It's so
awesome.
good. Yeah, yeah.
All right, awesome. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you guys have a great day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Infinite love. See ya.